Hi everyone. Today let us discuss about statistics. In this lesson, the first lesson of statistics for class 11, introduction lesson. So in this introduction lesson, first of all we have to discuss about economics in statistics. After that we'll discuss about statistics and its origin and all. So when we study economics in statistics, we have to study from where this economics is originated, the etymology of economics. As we know, economics is originated from Greek word oikos, O-I-K-O-S, oikos. It means household. And nomos, N-O-M-O-S, nomos, to manage. So during that time, economics, it is the matter of management of the households, is it? From there only this concept economics was being originated. And when we study more about the economics, we can see that it is the origin in the year 1776 from the writings of Adam Smith, and after that the writings of Alfred Marshall and Lionel Robbins, and then Paul A. Samuelson. Many are there when we study the economics and its origin. This we can see many writers are there and they have contributed things for the development of the subject and all. Anyway, that is the other area of discussion. No need to go much behind the topic. Let us analyze in our concept what is meant by economics and what are the economic activities. As we know, all individuals in the society, they are engaged in any one of the economic activity. Means any one of the activity. So activity we mean if you are producing some goods, if you are giving some services. Production of goods means for the production of goods for the consumption purpose or to increase the satisfaction and all. Few others are engaged in some activity that they are giving some services to the society like doctors, engineers, nurses, teachers and all. So anyway, all these are activities. Means all individual, they are engaged in one way or the other in any of these activities. So every individual, they are engaged in their ordinary business of their life. So we can say some activities are production, then consumption, service, etc. So we can considering all these activities, we can classify these activities into economic activity and non-economic activities. Is it? And the same way we can analyze consumption and consumer, production and producer, service holder and service provider, seller and buyer. So all these are the terms coming under this economic analysis. So let us start with, first of all, production and producer. What is production and who is a producer? What is production? Production is simply we can say it is the production of goods or creation of utilities. Production of goods means what? Production of goods means all the producers, they are producing goods, means transferring or transforming their raw materials using their technology, and they are making final goods. So utilizing raw materials and making goods for the consumption purpose in the economy. So who is the producer? Producer is a person those are producing goods or creating utilities. Is it? What is utility then? Utility is the one satisfying capacity of a commodity. So for example, suppose a producer, he has produced some goods, for example, pen. And he's selling the pen in the market and we are using that one. When we are using, we should get some utility or satisfaction from the pen. Then only we can say that's a product. So the product should contribute satisfaction to the consumer. Then only we can say that's a product. Is it? So product means should have some satisfaction. So producer is a person who produces commodity. Is it? And the process is known as production. It's clear now? Producer and production. Producer is a person who produces commodity, and the function is known as, the activity is known as production. Second thing, consumer and consumption. Who is the consumer? Yes, simply, consumer is a person who consumes commodity. Why? Why do we consume commodity? The consumer consumes commodity to obtain satisfaction or to obtain utility. So, for example, we are consuming food, we are eating food, we are wearing clothes. So, all these are examples for consumption. Consumption doesn't mean that only we are chewing and eating food, no, or drinking water, no. Consumption means that anything the person is getting satisfaction. Suppose we are wearing a cloth, yes, we are getting satisfaction. When we are eating food, we are getting satisfaction. When we are using our car, we are getting satisfaction. So all the activity, from that activity the person should derive, should get some satisfaction. Then we can say that is consumption. It's clear? Consumption and consumer. Consumption is the activity. Consumer is the person. Those are obtaining that satisfaction. Consumer and consumption. Clear? And service holder and service provider. Service holder is a person, is having the service in his hand and is giving the service in his office or something, and the remuneration is getting amount from the office or the person. Those are engaged in the production. So the job means employed by somebody and who pays the person salary or wage. Is it? Employed by somebody means is providing that one. And second thing is that service provider. Service provider also a person, he gives or he sells his service, like taxi driver, transporter, lawyer, engineers. They are providing their service to the people. At the same time, they are having that capacity. We can say them as the service holder also. So in this sense, service provider means they are providing service to the society. And clear now? And a taxi driver is the best example for service provider. And next term is that seller. Who is a seller and who is a buyer? Seller means those who sells goods in the market and is selling goods to earn profit. Is it? At the same time, buyer is a person, those who buys goods from the market for his own satisfaction. So seller and buyer. These are the common terms we have to study from this economics first section. Means once again, producer and production. Second one, consumer and consumption. Third one, service holder and service provider. And fourth one, seller and buyer. So I think you understood the basic concepts. And next one, let us discuss about the economic activity. What are the economic activity? Because activity can be divided into two. Economic activity and non-economic activity. So what is economic activity? Economic activity, so we can define this term in terms of whether this activity generates or it provides money or not. If the activity, from the activity, the person is able to get money, we can say that is economic activity. And there is no such things. Profitable matter is not considered in this regard. We can call it as non-economic activity, means services. We'll discuss that. So any activity, we can call it as economic activity if the activity brings money or it is able to earn money from that activity. We can call it as economic activity. Means how can we say that? Because almost all the activities in the economy is economic activity. Very few only we can call it as non-economic activity. So when we analyze this economic activity, we can say production is an economic activity. Consumption is an economic activity. Distribution is an economic activity. Exchange of goods is an economic activity. Let us analyze one by one. How can we say production is an economic activity? Yes, production, it means that the creation of or the manufacturing of goods. Manufacturing of goods and services. By producing this commodity in the market, definitely the producer, he is earning or he earns money from the production. Even if he is spending money for the production of commodities in terms of raw material charge, for the wages and salaries for the employees and all, everything, whatever he is paying there, from the production of the goods, he is selling the goods in the market. From the sale of the commodity, he is able to earn money. So means we can say production is an economic activity. So producer is a person is earning money. Is it? That is the thing. And second thing is that consumption. Yes, consumption also an economic activity. Why? From the consumption, it is the person, for we are buying goods from the market and we are consuming. So that activity also relating to economic activity only. And the consumer also spending money to earn the commodities. And the consumption also an economic activity. So money is coming there. Distribution. Distribution also coming as economic activity. How? Distribution we mean the determination of prices for the factors of production. Because when we analyze the production, we should have to think about the factors of production. A new term for you. I think first time we maybe study this one. Factors of production. I don't know whether it was there in your 10th or not. Factors of production. What is meant by factors? What are the factors of production? We know that the production is carried out only with the help of factors of production. So factors of production also be divided into two: primary factors and secondary factors. Means primary means very essential factors. What are they? First one, land. Second one, labor. Third one, capital. And fourth one, entrepreneurship or organization. Once again, I'll repeat: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship or organization. So, what is land? Without land, it is not possible to construct the industrial unit. So, we need land. And the remuneration for the land, it is known as rent. We have to pay rent. So, the building or the factory, we can construct by ourselves, or we can take it as for rent. That is possible. Is it okay? Land and the building should get the rent. And in order to produce the commodity, we need laborers. So that is why laborers are required. So that for the labor is required, and labor we have to pay either wage or salary. Labor is not working as free in our company. So labor should get wages or their salaries. Is it? And second thing, third one is that capital. So capital is the first and foremost factor among the factors of production. And capital, either we can accumulate capital in our hand, our own capital we can use, or we can take loan from the bank for the production and all. And lastly, entrepreneur, the organizer, the mind of the industry, the person, he is the person or he is the individual behind the industry. His technical knowledge and skill. He is the person, those are running the industry. Entrepreneurial skill, is it? Or organizer or organizational skill. So these four people, for these four elements, we are calling them as the factors of production, primary factors of production. Secondary factors are there. We know that only because of these four factors, it's not possible to produce any commodity. Other than this one, we need electricity, better roads, insurance, drinking water facilities, market. Many things are also required in order to contribute the production. So these are the secondary factors. Okay, no need to go much behind this concept. So as a beginning, we should have to study in order to distribute the commodity or to determine the prices of the factors of production. These are the four factors. Because these four factors are used, and these four factors should get their remuneration from the production. When the producer, they are selling the goods in the market, he is sharing this matter, is it? He is paying rent to the building, he is paying wages to the employees, and capital, interest to the capital, is it? And fourth one, profit he is keeping in his hand. Some cases, the producer may be all the things. He will be the producer, he will be the labor in this factory, and his money only used for the production and all, and he will be the entrepreneur. But some other cases, big industries, we have to borrow all these things differently from different destinations, is it? So that we'll discuss in our coming lessons. As an beginning, we should have to study about this distribution. And exchange. Exchange means sale of goods and services in the market. means exchanging of goods and services in terms of money. So these are the four major concepts we have to study. Once again, production, second one consumption, third one exchange, and fourth one distribution. So I think you understood the basic concepts. And these are the economic activities. Then we are moving towards the non-economic activity. So in non-economic activity we mean there is no such amount of money is used. It is not for to earn profit in the market. It is a non-profitable activity. Means that social service. Many people are there, they are helping the poor people in the economy by providing food and job and all. And if they are not expecting anything in return from their hand, or it is not for the profit, to make the profit, we can call it as the social service or charity works. Many charity institutions are there. They are extending during the time of these natural calamities like a flood and all. Even now in this corona season also, many agencies are there. They are extending their service along with the government to provide food, water, medical support and all, medicines and all, everything. So such all these services, they are not expecting any return from the individual from whom the service is provided. They are not expecting anything. Such matter we can call it as social service or a charity service. Parental service, your parents are taking care of you, nursing you from the childhood. So they are not expecting any profit from this service. So we can say parental service is the best example for this non-economic activity. Social service, religious service, is it, and the charity works, everything, all these are considered to be non-economic activity. Because why? There is no such element of money or profit is not entertained there. But in case of economic activity, production, consumption, exchange, everywhere we can see that is for the profitable matter or to earn money from the economy. These are the major difference between economic and non-economic activity. Next, let us move to the economics. So when we study little more about economics, we can see that there are many definitions are there in economics. A wealth definition of economics given by this Adam Smith and all. And I told you he wrote one books in the year 1776. The name of the book is something lengthy. Name starts like this. An inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of a nation. So that's why he defined economic activity is only to increase the wealth of the nation. Is it? And after that, some criticisms were there against this one. And Alfred Marshall modified this definition in terms of welfare. His definition also known as the welfare definition. He is saying that the activity of the government, political state, is to maximize welfare. Maximization of welfare is the matter. But that also criticized by the group, and also the other group, they brought a new definition in economics, that is the scarcity definition given by Lionel Robbins. According to him, this wealth of the nation or welfare is not the matter. The matter is that the resource in the economy is scarce. And how can we utilize this scarce resource to obtain maximum satisfaction? Means the wants of the individuals are more, but the resource to satisfy these wants are less. So this is the matter is that want satisfy nature. How to utilize the scarce resource to obtain maximum satisfaction. Scarcity of the resources. Unlimited wants and limited resources. Unlimited wants and limited resources. How can we settle this issue? Unlimited wants with the limited resources. That is the major issue in the economics according to Lionel Robbins. So that is why his definition, it concentrates mainly the scarcity of the matter. And covering all these issues, no, these are not the issues. And a new definition came in economics that's given by Paul A. Samuelson. His definition is known as growth definition. That is given in your textbook. His definition covers all these features of economics. And this is considered to be a basic, an ideal definition for economics. So economics definition is a little lengthy, but we have to study the definition in its own terms. Then we can understand that this economics means what. So this definition, let us try to study the definition. Okay, ready? Are you ready now? Okay, let's study now. Economics, note down. First of all, you just write down this definition in your notebook and try to study that one. Economics, according to him, according to Paul Samuelson, economics is the study of how people and society choose to employ the scarce or limited resources with or without money, that could have, this resource could have alternative uses in the society, in order to produce various commodities in the society, over time. Over means there is no time limit. Over time, that satisfy their wants, those goods that satisfy their wants, to distribute these goods for the consumption. Yes, distribute the goods for consumption among whom? Among various persons or groups in the society. This is the definition. So it's a little lengthy, big definition. Once again, I'll repeat. Economics is the study of how people and society choose this resource with or without money to employ scarce resources, limited resources that could have alternative uses in the society in order to produce various commodities over time, to distribute those goods for the consumption among various persons and societies, among persons and groups in the society. This is the definition. Try to by heart the definition. When we study the definition, we can see major functions of economics as like this. First one is that it's a study. Economics is a study of people. Study of people in the society. So study of men in the society. Or study of people as well as men or society, both. Because people, they are existing in society. So society consists of human beings. So study of society, we can say like that. And what the economics is studying? It studies about the how to utilize the scarce resource. Yes, scarcity came from Lionel Robbins' definition. Scarce resource. With or without money. Because that also before the origin of money. Now its money is there. Money we are using. And those resources may have alternative use. Means what? What is alternative use? Because the same resource we can use for many purposes. So for example, suppose you have 50 rupees in your hand. You can use that 50 rupees for food. You can buy food from the nearby shop. Or you can call a taxi and you can go to your friend's house. Or you can recharge your mobile. Is it? So all these are the alternative uses of this 50 rupees. How we are using this one? How do we use this 50 rupees? As per our requirement. Means we are preferring our wants, which is sold first. For that purpose, we are spending that money. Which is coming last, that purpose we are not using now. So, as per the preference order, we are keeping our wants first, second, third, like that. So, first one should be satisfied first. Is it? That we'll discuss, more discussion is there in microeconomics also. We will study that one when we are discussing microeconomic concepts. Anyway, so allocation, this resource may have alternative use in the society. Correct. And using these goods resource, we can produce different types of commodities. So it explains the production of goods in the society. For what? Next point is that to satisfy the wants of the society. Wants or needs of the society. How? By using these limited means or resources. So resources are less, but wants are more. Is it? Wants or needs. Means or resources, is it? So to satisfy the wants of the people. How will solve these things? We will distribute the goods. We will distribute the goods among the individuals of the society, and those goods, the individual as well as the society, all the members, they can use for their own different purposes. Such a way he explains his definition, or this definition shows all the aspects of economic activities: production, distribution, exchange, use of money, using of resource, everything. So that is why we are considering this definition as an ideal definition for the economics. So we can consider all this matter, or we can say all the necessary points of economics have been considered under this definition. Next, we are moving to the next topic, statistics in economics. This is only now economics we analyzed. Let us study about statistics in economics. What is statistics? I think this is a new term for you, statistics. In your 10th maths, you might have learned few lessons of statistics. Is it? Arithmetic, mean, median and mode and all. Anyway, so statistics, in etymologically, the origin of the term when we study, the statistics also originated from Latin word. Many origin when we are studying, we can say it originated from the word statistic, an Italian word, and some statista, Italian word also there. Statistic, German words are also there. Anyway, from any of this one, this term it has been originated in the society, and people started using this one. When we study the origin of this one, we can see many statisticians, economists people are there, contributed their things for the development of this one. Among the people, one notable person is that a German economist, Gottfried Eisenhower. If we are checking this name in YouTube or some Google and all, you will get the more explanation. Who was he and what was his contribution? And he used the term first data, state and all to mention the matters of statistics, to show this thing. So that is why he is considered to be the contributor, a big contributor to this subject, statistics. And when we study the father of statistics, Ronald Fisher. So Ronald Fisher, an English economist, considers to be the father of modern statistics. Anyway, so this statistics originated from the word status. Status, a meaning of this word status in Latin language, it is political state. Status means political state. So that is why it is relating to the matter of political state. That time it was the political state and political economy, is it? So how can we say statistics is using these things? Means statistics we are using only quantitative expressions. That is a basic concept in statistics. Statistics we are using only quantitative expressions. Means quantity, not quality. Quantity means numbers. Say for example, suppose we are saying that population of the country increased from 102 crores in 2001 to 123 crores in 2010. Because every 10 year population census is being conducted in India. So means that from 102 to 123. This is a statistical statement. Why? It explains the population of the country in numbers. So we can say statistics, it is the analysis of the numbers, data. And one more thing we have to study in this one. You commonly using this word data in statistics. Data means a set of informations, quantitative numbers. Is it? Datum is singular. Datum singular, data plural. Many people are using datas as plural. Is wrong. Only data, datum. So data means one information. Data means a set of informations. Okay. So these are the basic analysis regarding the statistics. So once again, let us sum up. We have to study the origin of this word status. It's originated from the Latin word status. It means political state. And statistics first used by German economics, Gottfried Eisenhower. And the father of statistics, modern statistics, is Ronald Fisher. And statistics basically concerned with the data. Data means the quantitative expressions regarding anything, not only the population, anything. The marks scored by you, it's a statistical information. Age of a set of 10 students of your class, that's a statistical information. Or total production of a company in 1 month, statistical information. All these should be in quantitative numbers. Quantity should be in numbers. So these are the basic things regarding statistics. I think you understood something from the class. Thank you for watching my class. And this is now, you know that, or everywhere corona is spreading now. So don't go out from your house. Stay in your house and take necessary precautions. Thank you for watching my class. Tomorrow I'll come with a new topic from statistics. Thank you once again.